I am Special Assistant Attorney General for law enforcement, counties, and municipalities, which means I deal with all the law enforcement agencies in the state, whether it's the Highway Patrol or wildlife, game wardens, local sheriffs, chiefs of police, the city councils and county commissions, and all the elected officials. I was born in Albany, New York, and my mother, Barbara Vukanovich, ultimately came to Nevada for a divorce. And so I came here just before my 10th birthday back in 1950. And so I grew up here. I went to St. Thomas Aquinas grade school, and then, of course, graduated from Bishop Manogue High School. And I only applied to women's colleges because I was tired of competing with the guys in high school, and they always got the better grades or all the honors. So I picked a women's college, Mills College in Oakland. I met my husband, Patricia Cafferata, who was a Reno native. He grew up to be a surgeon, and when I met him, I was in high school. And of course, this is something I wouldn't recommend anybody do today, but I met him when I was dragging Main Street, which was Virginia Street, on a Saturday night, which is like probably very dangerous today, but Reno was a very small place in the 1950s. I had run for the legislature. I had been elected to the assembly, and I represented Southwest Reno. There were not a lot of women in the legislature. There were 5 of us in the assembly, 2 Republicans and 3 Democrats. There was one funny time that all the women voted together, and it wasn't planned, it wasn't strategized. You know, when you're down there, you have a button, either green or red for yes or no. And this bill came up about the price of butter. The price of butter was regulated, and it was a Dairy Commission proposal or something. But of course, the women were the ones who go to the grocery store and went shopping in those days. So they knew the price of butter. They didn't want it going up, you know, and the guys, I'm sure, didn't even occur to them because they probably didn't do the grocery shopping. Today, you know, men do grocery shop, but back in the 70s, you know, that was kind of the women's job. And all the women hit the red button. And everybody in the place just cracked up because it was like, we never voted together particularly, and this was not planned. And then the next term, it was like, do I run for the assembly re-election or do I run for state treasurer? And one of my advisors, Ed Allison, I was saying, you know, what do you think? And he said, Patty, a full-time job is always better than a part-time one. I was like, yes, that makes sense, so go for state treasurer. So I did, and then I was elected then. You know, when I was in the legislature, you couldn't tell the Republicans from the Democrats because of how they, you know, you'd look at a floor vote and, you know, there were conservative Democrats, there were liberal Republicans, you know, most people were in the middle, but you know, there was none of the animosity or name calling or any of that when I was there. And you know, people used to say that to Mother, and Mother would say, it wasn't like that when I was in Washington. I think that's really unfortunate that we can't sit down and compromise. Compromise is not a 4-letter word. And we'd be a lot better off if we all did a lot more of that.